They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at the defense for these Texans. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run. And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that. Second and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Purdy bootlegging it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week. And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line. Up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They'll send a receiver in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a quarterback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks. And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance. And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards. Purdy tosses out wide, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first first touchdown on the year. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Niners 7, Texans nothing. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Jones now on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready! Liking 18! Ready!
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Damian Pierce with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line, out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Jones. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Crack all 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Mustang 19.
Stroud to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Purdy off the play fake.
He's going to wind up and air it out.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the foot down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Runs over.
And that's going to be another 1st down. Good running for him to start the drive. This one, 11 yards.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll it's another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Pierce will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, yeah, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now Stroud. And that'll be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Going for it with Pierce.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
153 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The Texans at 500 at 6-6. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Let's go.
They go again with Pierce. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On second down, here's Pierce.
Fights through it. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
This is caught, and he'll be out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check, Panther.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
On the return is Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready? Sixty Bison. Ready, ready?
A run for Pierce out of the gun. Oh, good move.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Warrior 70. Go.
Stroud looking to throw.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
49ers 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be...
Here's a diving catch right side. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The
San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Purdy on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Niners 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
21 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Play action. Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
Touchdown 49ers. 28 yards.
And the Niners are able to claw one back. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
42. 49ers 14.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Stroud off the play fake. His pass on target. Velus Jones with it.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Desmond King making the tackle.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
103 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank, I'm third and what, right? I've been there in the top 5 in the league. On 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Inside the 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
And Stroud now to throw.
Touchdown! Alec Ingold from 6 yards away.
And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
49ers 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everywhere.
Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
They go play action here. Purdy. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
42 yards.
And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
49ers 21.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped. Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught, and they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career, and fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Purdy will look to throw again here. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Okay, ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stroud to throw it.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Hand off left side, Pierce.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, Thunder?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Purdy off the play fake. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Purdy with one final shot here.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That's complete to Dillon.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one